there's on YouTube also Closer to Truth, a YouTube channel that they interview all these neuroscientists and physicists and all sorts of different people that's got very interesting opinions. And I think there's some, if you listen to all of them, there's collective wisdom. You can probably filter out some of the reality and actual truth and where things can potentially go. And when you listen to that and distill things, you realize that yes, that could be possible. I'm not sure if in our lifetime, but it could be possible. So yeah, so we got to be careful. That's why we're entering a dangerous world. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
So Craig from Flight Center Travel Group.
Yes.
So artificial intelligence, all of your slides have been, okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
It's all been focused towards a very first world
yes.
kind of mindset. With South Africa being so entrenched with a traditional mindset, how do you think we're going to get over that from a government and that point of view?
Yeah, so we've got real challenges. I think there's some bigger fundamental problems. We talk about land and all that, but we need to think about education. We need to think, I think it's, okay, I'm going to get to that specifically. I just want to, I think we need to disrupt telecommunications. We need almost like free internet, access to the internet. My son is 15 years old. He's learning so much with courses on YouTube, and I've just put him on that path, a little bit of programming, and he's going. And we want all kids and people to actually have that kind of access. And we especially need this here in South Africa, and Africa in general, because we are going to be left behind if we don't do something drastic in terms of that. And I know we need to work through all these issues, and there are absolutely injustices and all of that, but we need to look at that. Now, so I think there are some thought leadership here. We are going to speak to government as well via some of the business initiatives that I'm busy with, and also non-profit initiatives. But we need collaboration of all people. We need buy-in. We need all stakeholders to get together. We won't solve this on our own or a single organization. It's going to be the business sector, the public sector. We all need to get together and see this as something very serious. You can see that the first world is taking this incredibly serious. Really, we're going to get to a world where, if you think about Uber, a lot of money is going out of the country. If you think about advertising, I speak to Nas Paris, and you can see that Google and Facebook grabbing that advertising revenue. It's going, not yet, it's out. So we need to create winning platform businesses, and that's why, from a Cortex Logic side, we've got an AI Tech Capital Fund. We're investing in winning platform businesses on the African continent. We are working with corporates. We're trying to create winning businesses that can compete internationally. And I'm trying to be optimistic and be positive around this. So trying to do my part, but there's some other great initiatives around this, but it's not an easy problem. Yeah, so I'm not sure where it's going to go. Okay. Yes.
Hi, sorry.
I just wanted to be very provocative.
Yes.
There's a difference between falling behind and opting out. So at the end of the day, if what you're saying is you're potentially walking into a potentially very dangerous situation, there is room for opting out and actually saying, as a country and as a continent, we choose to not go down this pathway. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily get left behind, and it doesn't mean that you necessarily lose out, but that you should be able to make a sensible decision about whether, given all the things that are on the side of it going horribly pear-shaped, it reminds me very much of nuclear power. We will use it in medicine on one hand and achieve amazing things, and we will completely blow up continents on the other side. So what is your choice as a country, and what is your choice as a continent in terms of following this through? And would it be a sensible decision to actually go wandering headfirst into something that is potentially so dangerous?
Yeah, so okay, this is my answer. If you read Homo sapiens as well, give you broad perspective as well. I think we are sitting with, the problem is, the internet, we've almost created a human nervous system for the world. We are connected. The world has gotten very small, much smaller. So I think you'll make the wrong decision if you isolate yourself. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is economies are connected. We've got climate problems. We're so entrenched, our whole economy, everything with the world. So that's why even what Trump is doing. So I'm not sure if that's wise. We need to think more as a Homo sapiens, as a species together, and how can we collaborate? And I think in the future, we probably need to think about countries as well. Maybe we're going to move towards a world where there's more smart cities connected in this web, and we've got more influence around the area where you live, more direct democracy and influence in terms of what's happening around this, but you're connected with the world. And you, so I think it's probably going to be more, that's probably more the solution. And in that kind of world, I can't see how you can just be, you can obviously try and opt out as a smart city. I'm just isolated. Well, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure.
So it's the Wakanda dilemma, isn't it?
That's fiction. That's fiction. Yes, it is.
Hi, sorry, Robin from Investec. So if you have a look at your graph and you have a look at where AI is going to be taking over, it's blue collar work, and it's a proportion of a lot of it is. So you're looking at truck drivers, you're looking at agriculture, you're looking at manufacturing. That's blue collar work. So if you look at most of society, and if you look at South Africa in particular, that's most of society. So you're setting yourself up for civil unrest if you go down the route of AI.
Exactly right. So this is where we need to be wise and think. We need to create those jobs. We need to think about even an Uber driver. How do you make it more human centric? How do you create? You need to think about every job and project forward, and see how do we create this and make it more valuable. Teaching. Why is it not being? We're not paying that properly. We need to change the way we value human-centric type of jobs. So I think it is a kind of a function of the current economic system, the way we value jobs and stuff. That's why we sit where we sit. Why do we want humans to do repetitive stuff, routine stuff? We've got a human brain. We want everybody. Let's reward creativity. Let's reward compassion, love, human-centric. I don't think entertainment is going away. There's so many other things, artists being artists and so forth. So I think we just need to be creative. Imagine a better world and create that kind of world. So I don't think we should get stuck with the current scenario, but it requires something dramatic and drastic, and so that's why it's not going to be simple and easy. I think we're in for a tough road. Yeah.
Hi.
We've got 2 minutes and I have to run. Yes, sorry. Yes, please.
Hi. I really enjoyed your whole evaluation on people. I'm a reward strategist, and I think for me it's concerning that, yes, the lower levels of one would say intelligence is not going to be there. But I think for me, I want to know, you talk about shape up. Obviously, as countries, we need to speed up and scale up, right, before we shape up. What is the measurement? How far are we? So I'm not going with opt out. We need to speed up and we need to move forward, because the technology in terms of manufacturing is definitely here. I see it. I work for Mondelez. Our competitors are sitting in Germany because of innovation, what they're doing. How far are we, and how fast do we need to speed up to catch up? Have you measured this?
I feel kind of. I've seen situations where we've leapfrogged. M-Pesa in Kenya, for instance, in financial services. I think we can leapfrog with medicine. If you think about the way we work with medicine in the African context. So I see there's a lot of opportunities where we can leapfrog, and we can create really competitive solutions that we can take internationally as well. So that's the opportunity. Another one, I was, just before I started Cortex, I was at Jumo. Jumo is a next generation mobile money marketplace. And they're doing mobile microloans and those type of things via feature phones. And there was like exponential growth in countries like Tanzania and Ghana and those type of countries as well. So, and they're going into Pakistan, and now they've just got $52 million investment to go into Asia as well. So that's an example of,
And mining, is there, have you guys measured the measurements of mining, I mean, in Africa?
Yeah, mining is interesting. So I'm working with a lot of my previous AI company, we work with all the mines, minerals, metals, mining industry. You talk about mining, yeah. the mines of tomorrow is going to be super automated and less. It will. So yeah. So it's going to disrupt workers. No question about it. It's. If you go very deep down the ground, it's very dangerous for humans. So we're going to move to a world where you will see a lot more robotics and things happening there. So we need to shift it. We'll need to get jobs out of that dangerous zones. And so we've got to be more creative, reward human-centric jobs. Yeah, we shouldn't get stuck with the traditional jobs. Yes. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Before you go,
yes.
On behalf of the membership, a small token of our appreciation.
Thank you very much.
Which has currency in Cape Town, I can promise you. Thanks. You start your running. I know you've got to get to the airport.
Yeah.
As we suspected. Thanks. As we suspected, that's just the tip of the iceberg, and it's just an introduction of the subject to us. However, let's go and do something which